super happy and excited that you were at um, at the bottom of that cavern. If you recall, you found the um, that gigantic those gigantic balls. There were two balls. Well, there was actually one, two tunnels. One of those, pretty much, they had those balls over there that rested over a track, and they had this gigantic seats inside for people to sit, and apparently they just go down a tunnel. There is there was also a map engraved on one of the walls that showed that where it takes you. Um, so
Wait, did everyone discover that on the Sunday session?
no, on the Sunday session was a little different than that.
Alright, all I remember was that we were dealing with the giant stone balls or whatever
Yeah,
last time.
that's where you got to. Yeah, definitely. No, the Sunday session, it was a prequel to whatever you guys played last Thursday. Sunday session took place during the first play, where everybody died. So Sunday session was, I want to say, 3 days before the play, after the play, and I mean until the play, and then maybe the day after the play.
Alright, thank you for letting me know.
You're most welcome. So, what do you guys want to do?
Hmm. I mean, do we know what those spheres do?
I think it's pretty
As
obvious
a
they
player,
take us somewhere.
I,
Some
I
kind of
mean, yeah, as a
spherical
player,
train.
I have a as a player, I have that idea as well. But do our characters know?
I just like I don't know what. Just try to see if she can even move them.
I want to say that I think everybody can get a very, very solid idea that that it is a transportation device.
We're in Buffalo, right? If I'm correct.
You are in Buffalo, New York. Yes.
Or is it like the carts? Are they big enough for everyone to fit in, or is it like a one-person
No,
deal?
it's definitely gigantic. There's room for up to, I don't know, 20 people inside.
Oh, shoot.
Um,
However, upon
what?
investigation, if anybody has any history, you're more than welcome to roll it. If anybody has any occult, you're more than welcome to roll it. If anybody has any, let me see what anything else I can have you roll.
Natural
History?
world?
No.
Natural, no, because it's not
Occult?
nature.
No.
It's not
What
nature.
about navigate?
No, no,
Oh,
no. Hold on. Let me see.
One of us got a cult. The other one got
I
history.
got history.
Cool, cool.
Would engineering and
Give us just a
physics work?
second. Y'all can roll appraise if you want. Um, history. You can roll. Da, da, da. Let's see if there's anything else. Track. No, that's it. Though any of those three will do. If you roll history and you passed it, that will give you an idea that that has been built probably millions of years ago. I mean, it's not something that it is of new construction. However, the metal, it's very strange. Granted that it looks like gold, and for all you care about, it seems to be gold, whatever those bowls are covered with. Um, it looks very antique. It doesn't seem to have corroded at all over time in any kind of way. It's almost like if it was built yesterday, but you can tell as a historian that it's been a long, long time. Now, when it comes to the occult, you might have heard that there are stories that a long lost species that used to live on the planet, that they seem to have been the descendants, I guess, of the dinosaurs. That's what people will think, that they were the serpent people, that they might have constructed that. But who knows? Anybody else rolled anything? No? Anybody wants to roll appraisal?
If Keeper,
Wow.
if we presume that it's mechanical in nature,
It sure is
Can I
mechanical in nature.
can you attempt to roll engineering and physics?
Yep, you can.
This is more because of his curiosity
Yep, you can.
to potentially figure out how it's used and what it does,
Maya, you.
and potentially how to replicate it.
Okay. Maya,
Give me a second.
You pretty much start looking at the ball, and pretty much you realize that that whole thing is covered on gold. There's so much gold over there that it's just incredible. And as you start touching and looking and stuff like that, you realize that some of the edges are very sharp, and you end up cutting yourself. Go ahead and roll a 1d5, please. Let's determine how bad it is, considering that you rumble on 100.
Well, that was happening. Can I,
A 1d5, you said?
Yeah, 1d5.
can I take some paper from my notepad and just rub it on the gold-like substance? See
Well,
what comes
hold on a
off
minute.
it?
Hold on a minute. Okay, 1 point. Arlian, you discover that this kind of engineering, to you, it doesn't make sense. You have never seen anything like this before. Although, after looking at it, realizing that it doesn't necessarily have attached any kind of chains or anything like that, and that it seems to just work with gravity, and you can tell that in the way that is resting on the tracks, that the amount of friction seems to be minimal, that particular ball can probably pick up a lot of speed. Like, you can imagine that you can probably go as faster than the fastest airplane, you know. All right.
I officially know what he's going to try to do after this. Ask him all of those things and turn it into.
Ayana, what was your question?
With some of the paper from my notepad, can I try like rubbing it on the metal, see what comes off it?
Sure.
Because it could be fool's gold. Because, like, if you rub fool's gold on paper, it'll come off with an olive color.
Okay. So you rub it, and when you rub it, you realize that all you have is a little dust on the paper, and that's it.
Well, what color's the dust?
Just black, grayish. You know, regular dust that has collected over time. Kind of like dirt.
So there is actually gold.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna pick some up. Then.
Well, you know, it is a gigantic piece. Also, depending on how you hit it, you may run the risk of damaging the device.
The cart.
You can always pick up some on the way back.
if you come back.
So,
Let's not forget about that.
If we come back.
Yeah. So now that we got all that information, what do we do? Who wants to do what?
what are we? Is there like a lever or something to get the car going? Or?
Yes, inside of the ball, there seems to be another mechanical device inside. The ball has two. It has this metallic piece that goes through the middle of the ball that works as a as a device that it enables to tilt it. And there is a device over there that by pulling it, it seems to release something like a stop or whatever on the ground, and therefore it will let the ball roll freely.
I was just amazed that this is here and no one has touched it since this is New York and its agent. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be that surprised. It's buried under a lot of rock.
That's true.
Well, are we hopping in? How do we feel?
I'm going in.
I'll join.
I'll go.
Yeah, let's go. Although I am a bit wary about the gold thing, but
I mean, it's gold, right?
All right.
Sharp.
Slowly, you get on the stairs, and each step on this stairs you take, it seems to illuminate the step. The step gets illuminated on the edges. As you move around, you notice that there's gigantic flowers that they get illuminated too. It seems to be kind of dark down there, but the moment that everything starts illuminating around, the area just seems to look almost magical in a way. It is very, very inviting and very, very enticing too. It will
Like,
be
what kind of light source is it?
well. There is a little bit of torches that are around the room. There is also plants that they are used to living down there in the dark. So therefore, under any movement whatsoever, they light up. They're gigantic
Like
plants.
bioluminescent?
Yeah. There's also a mechanism that, granted that most of everything that is down there, it's made of rock, but it seems that the plants and the rock have created some sort of symbiosis where some parts of the rock are able uh, to glow when they feel
Are the
movement. So therefore, when you step on things, some steps light up.
Hmm.
So
and those flowers are in reach?
yeah, most
I
definitely.
don't
Crap.
think I'm like, you really think that's wise to grab something like that?
Well, I mean,
I mean, we're the
oh, not
discovery
with
of.
your bare hands. And you can keep putting on gloves.
I mean, we're the discovery of the century in New York state, and no one's at all at this. No one at all.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, I've seen some stuff though. Like, but no, this is cool though.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not ruling
I
out the
mean,
possibility that it's a movie prop.
do you
What
want
the
to
hell
touch
have y'all seen?
it? Shit. Have you ever heard of it? I don't remember the name of the Dream World, but Dream World. That was pretty nuts.
All right. So as you guys step up,
What?
you see that the gigantic bowl has an opening on the side. You open the door, and there seems to be this area where you guys step that seems to be only attached through the edge, and that goes through the middle of the bowl. There seems to be a middle part, kind of touching the sides, that seems to tilt, but it doesn't allow the tilt to. It doesn't allow the ball to tilt too violently, so it kind of keeps it level. You guys walk in, you're
So,
able to see everything from inside, and when you walk in, the ball itself kind of like flashes with lights inside, but then it dims down until it goes off. Who wants to roll? You can roll again, engineer and physics if you want, Arlene.
Yeah, I'm just too
um,
busy taking
that's
pictures and writing down everything I've known and heard. Like, this is absolute insanity in itself.
So
mm,
you notice that the seats and everything have a contraption that once you sit down, you notice that there is a sort of seatbelt device attached to it that it enables itself the moment that the ball starts moving. Um, so you can see it that you cannot pull it to put it on. You cannot do anything, but there are moving parts definitely inside of that ball. So you guys go inside. You sit down. The seats are they're quite comfortable. You see that they're built with the leather of possibly a mammoth, something that had some sort of fur to it, um, very long fur, for that matter. What do you guys want to do?
I'm still writing down because this is still insane.
I don't know
If
who's
I
going to make a mistake and pull the lever, but I'm taking a notebook and making some technical drawings.
Well, these are their noses in a book. I guess I'll pull the lever.
I'm gonna sit down before Tommy pulls that lever.
I'm going to sit down too, real quick.
I assumed we're all sitting.
No, we're not. I'm standing. I see y'all sitting, so I take a picture of that. Like, you
Hey,
guys
it's
sitting
easier to
down.
draw on than sitting.
So was I able to pick up a flower, or did that,
Yeah,
or
sure.
did
If you
we
wanted a
miss
flower,
that?
you would have to cut it, cut a piece of it with
Yeah,
your knife,
I got a knife.
due to the fact that the flower will be gigantic. When you look at it in your hands, you see how the skin of the flower seems to feel kind of almost wet. Even though it's not wet, it gives you that feeling. The inside of the flower, it's almost nothing like you've seen before. It's definitely it's a very strange organism, and the inside is almost as if it had flesh instead of what normally a flower will have inside. Almost as if it was a living creature instead of just a plant.
Oh, I just got it. Ooh.
So, all right, you guys sit down, and who's gonna pull the lever?
I am.
I believe we all know who it is.
Okay. So,
Tommy's coming in hot.
I'm sorry.
I said Tommy's coming in hot.
Okay. So
Hopefully
Tommy
doesn't start
pulls the
fast.
lever. You hear a loud clank, and you can clearly see that a ramp that it was in front of the ball goes down violently. The ball starts rolling. You see it rolling, and at first it almost looks like if it's going to make you roll with the ball, but then the edge engages and it actually moves the seat back down and it keeps it level. As it grinds a little bit at first, you see how the system has a self lubricating system that allows the middle area to actually stay level. The ball starts picking up more and more speed. You see how the lights in front of the ball on a part that doesn't necessarily spin illuminates forward, and as you go inside of the tunnel, everything's just dark but what you can see in front of you, and the device just picks up speed. A long story short, as you go through the continents and crossing the sea, you go just underground. The ball just goes extremely deep inside of the earth. You see catacombs, you see lakes under the ground that you didn't know existed, you see animals trapped down there. You see in the distance down there almost a subspecies of what look to be men, but God only knows if there's men or not down there.
I'm taking pictures as I go, like.
All this, of course, at a tremendous speed. You could be doing right now possibly what airplanes do nowadays. Let's say, for example, what? Between 300 to 400 miles an hour. That thing is moving, okay? And at first, I gotta say, it would have probably scared you, but once you're up there, you would have just been fine. The ball, of course, takes different turns. It goes up and down many parts, and eventually, once you're getting into to the area where you're gonna stop, it would have taken hours, of course, of traveling. But the ball, due to the fact of how much speed it had, and the easiness of it to travel that track, it manages to go up, and pretty much you end up at a cavern that looks very much like the one you got originally. So the moment that you get there, you see that a ramp goes up, stopping the ball again on both sides. What do you guys do now?
Is
So
it like
we
there's
essentially
stairs too?
travel.
Well,
Is there so like you said, it's just like the place we left, so there's stairs going down, going to like a pathway?
yep. The door stop. I mean, the ball stops, and a doorway opens up on the side like before, and there's a set of stairs that go down. You guys have been there inside of that ball probably for the last, I want to say, 4 hours or so, 4 or 5 hours. So you're obviously not in Arkham or in Buffalo anymore.
I'll get out and see if I can see where some take right under a cavern.
Yep.
Still.
Yeah, just take a picture of like us immediately exiting.
Yeah, I'll exit and try not to vomit.
I'm going to exit and vomit. He's actually doing this. He's gonna exit looking normal, tidy up his suit, go to the corner while putting his notebook back, and then he's just going to double over, puking his guts out.
All right. All right.
I'll go over and pat on his back to make sure he's all right.
Are you okay?
Are you all right?
All right. So this is
Those
your
are literally
show.
only sounds coming from.
This is your guys' show. So what do you guys want to do?
I guess I keep going forward, gun at
Yeah,
the
let's
ready,
get down those
camera
stairs.
away.
All right.
So how different does this place look compared to the Buffalo
well,
one?
the
Yeah, like, are
camera
there
looks
flowers
a little
and
bit
stuff?
different, on the way that it's made. However, it's got most of the same things. Definitely, there are some. The moment that you start moving around, the plants almost sense that you're moving, and when that happens, they start illuminating the cover. When that happens, ultimately, you can clearly see now what's on the walls. There seem to be many different carvings on the walls. There seems to be some possible runes or maybe hieroglyphics on the walls. However, there's some drawings on the walls.
Lighting it up with one hand and taking a picture with the other.
You will see if you go into Discord. You will definitely see this drawn on the walls. Many different ones like that.
Can I do a history check to see if I recognize the design of it?
Sure. Well, you can recognize based on a history check that it looks like a very ancient octopus.
Yeah, I meant like what region? Africa, Portuguese, Chinese, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, probably Egyptian, maybe.
Track.
Then there's an image of that, particularly exactly that. That's the image.
Lord, we're quite possibly in Egypt.
Awesome.
There's an image of that, and then there's many different other images. Who wants to roll intelligence?
I might as well.
I will.
Maybe. Nothing risked, nothing gained.
All right. So
Yeah, no.
So it doesn't necessarily what you know on the occult or not. Granted that if you have an occult, you can probably identify some of it. But the intelligence roll, after looking at the hieroglyphics, you will realize that there's a couple of drawings. There seems to be one drawing, for example, with these creatures that are playing that flute, that they always seem to be around that guy that is on top of the pyramid. And that guy on the pyramid, it doesn't always seem to be that large. Sometimes he just seems to be the size of a human. Sometimes he just seems to be very, very large or very, very small. However, what you guys decipher on some of the hieroglyphics is that in some cases, it seems like that guy can be anything he wants to be. He can be a human. He can be an animal. You see him just transforming into any of these things. Of course, these are just drawings. So you're more than welcome to believe whatever it is you want to believe.
Wait.
Maya, on the other hand, you would definitely recognize this as some of the stories you used to hear, possibly a long lost family member that will have talked about things like this, and that seems to be like a very, very old creature, old alien, to put it like that, that is not necessarily having humanity's best interest in mind.
Do I know if he's in the dream world, physical world, or something like that?
He's everywhere. He is everywhere he wants to be.
So he could. I don't know if he. I know he has a possibility of being in the physical world.
Well, you do know that. You do know what you will know is that the legend says that he is not in his body out here. That he can probably take over other people's bodies, but that he's not in his own body. However, very importantly, what you guys did find out last time was that, if you recall, the people were trying to summon something, which could very well be him.
and that the actor or whatever and his partner are trying to do this, but if the partner is the one seeing us and he's believing him, I think in this situation he's the octopus with the flute, at least symbolically.
You think the guy's married to an octopus?
No, I'm
I know it
I
can
think he's
shapeshift, but
saying
it
that-
just
at least not knowingly. I don't think that's I don't think that's even allowed, but
Don't shame.
yeah, don't shame as I'm speaking in the 1920s. But
Don't shame them too much. That will be more precise for the period.
yeah, well, I think we could do that a little bit extra, considering just like points to the wall. They might be doing something like this.
Oh, I'm fairly certain that there is no might or maybe. I'm fairly certain they're doing it.
Doing what?
Do we know if the flute's very important? That thing it has.
It could
No,
could
you
just
wouldn't
be
know
symbolic.
much. All the depictions of those creatures, sometimes there may be one more. Sometimes there's one at a time. Sometimes there's more than one at a time. But they always seem to have the flutes.
It could just be symbology of being, entertainer or something.
Yeah. What? How does that make? You literally just got. Okay. You're right.
What?
Sorry.
I
Just saying
I
that
think he's
you
saying
just
very
say that
literal.
you thought that they were summoning this thing. Like, I don't think they're into entertaining. Someone tells me they're not the type to entertain.
Yes,
And if
that
they
is
are,
like
don't think it's our type of entertainment.
Oh,
you don't
boy,
think they're
okay.
there for a concert? Like, dude.
I just go back and point at the one with the octopus with the flute. This one has a flute and is entertaining. And if he's serving this, points to the bigger one, then that must mean that this is entertaining that. But in
the
order
bigger
to
one
get
looks like
that
it's dancing.
here, it just
I get what you're saying. I don't know if that's true or not, but that does sound like an interesting. That'd be cool.
well,
if
it's
it
not
does,
like it's not like acting's been been around that long, Greece and the amphitheater. Even then,
I guess we'll just keep a lookout for
Listen,
some flutes.
listen. Entertainment changes throughout the years. All right.
Sure does. It sure does. Yes. All right. So,
Dan, how close are you to the group?
What's that?
How close are you, like, amongst the group?
Like
I know we're all kind of standing around talking.
physically?
Yeah, physically.
I mean, I'm with the group.
I see if
I'd
I
probably be hanging out close to you anyways because I know you more than the rest of them.
Yep. Probably tap and hey, let's go over here and talk real quick.
Okay.
I'm just probably arguing with Tommy, who doesn't understand it quite yet.
But
Yeah,
saying,
what's up?
I know you. This Narlatep, this thing, it's a shapeshifter, and it could be here, acting as a person. And we just met these people.
Oh yeah.
Do you think one of them could be him?
Maybe I don't.
I was going to try to we should keep an eye out on them.
Tommy,
Yeah.
what part of symbology do you not understand?
the part where it involves tentacles.
Or the fucking
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call, Mike.
Jesus Christ, give me strength to deal with this man.
or maybe the teeth.
How would we? Maya, real quick. Is there? Do you know how could we tell?
All right. Will I be able to tell in
Tell
some
what?
way of how I'd be able to know if one of these guys are? I know probably. I know they're not, but would I be able to tell who Naratep is like taken over, or like something I can get if it's Narlatep or not?
Well, yeah. I mean, you would have, whatever the description that would have been told to you, you would have never seen him. And technically, obviously, you're not gonna run sanity out of a drawing without necessarily seeing it moving or doing anything like that. So, but definitely, you would have been told that the typical folklore legend, pretty much that he's evil. He's probably the closest representation of Satan that could ever be. He is he exists pretty much simply to fuck with human beings, to just have enjoyment out of seeing everybody suffer. He's not there to kill everybody. He's not there. He might be kill. He will definitely kill a lot of people, but he enjoys probably a lot more seeing everybody killing themselves than simply just appearing and killing everybody.
So, like, my question was more like, would I be able to tell if someone is Narlatep
No,
shape-shipped as a human?
no, he wouldn't shapeshift because he is not here in his body form.
Yeah, but he's
However,
taken over by like. How would I be able to? Would I be able to know if he's taken over a body?
well,
Or
Would
if
it
it's
be?
one of his minions.
that's the thing. You wouldn't be able to tell unless you know that person, and therefore you know that that person is acting differently than what it would normally be asking.
No,
However,
yeah, no way. No.
with that train of thought, something else would have come up. Technically,
Yep.
if you're gonna think about that, then go ahead and roll intelligence, since you are the one having that thought. If you're thinking about that, technically anybody at any point could have been him, from the police officer to the airplane pilot that took him away, to the butler that was in their house, to the boyfriend that was helping him and brought him ultimately to the play, to do the play, and that pretty much insisted in him doing the play, and then managed him to escape and fly away. Uh, Anybody
He
could.
gave him that locket thing too.
Yeah, that too.
It could
Given
be
that
anybody.
given the information you gave me, Maya, I don't think Iona is it, but possibly the guy's boyfriend, because that would.
Wait, for God's sake, when you what
It
have
could
you
be.
had sushi for or something? What's your fascination with this, man? Good God.
It's a lack of a fascination. I am a good Catholic man.
What does food have to do with? Good golly, Miss
What part
Molly.
of? I'm concerned that you don't think marrying an octopus squid thing is weird.
I am thinking it's weird. What?
Yeah, I
I'm
don't think
just-
it's these guys.
No, probably not.
I'm just like throwing my hands in the air, like, all right, Tommy.
Tommy.
If you see something that's red and charging right at you, what do you think it's feeling right at that moment?
Anger?
Good. That is like
Could be a
clap.
Don't treat me like a child.
Should we
Prove me
tell these
wrong
guys,
for-
Maya?
Listen,
Yeah. No,
That's what
Better go break that up.
symbology is. You
not
take
for
one
sure.
thing like the color red, and you just associate it with something else.
Do you think it's
I'm
going to lead to
aware of
another
what a
argument?
symbol is.
I feel like there's no substance here. We should probably just go break that up.
Yes.
Hey,
hey,
hey
guys.
guys.
What?
What?
I'll let Maya.
Who's that supposed to be of in this
That's
group?
Tommy Boy.
Ah,
Yep. Accurate.
Kind of fits him.
All right. So
I'll inform you guys about like Naruto. He could be, this painting is of the Narlatep, and like this guy, and he could be anybody. He could shapeshift. So I don't. With that information, but
even more reason for us to believe that the actor's partner is the
Yeah.
one with the flute.
Okay,
That
if
was-
that's true, if
I-
that's
okay.
true, why would this guy marry him and not just like eat him?
He does it.
needs him.
So
He
Maya here deduced that Neotep is not Neotep.
Narlatep.
Narutep, yeah. Narutep doesn't really get down with killing, just more suffering. So probably prolonged suffering rather than killing one person, it brings him more joy. And if the partner kind of arranged this whole thing and all these people died using the amulet that he gave the guy, it just kind of it all fits together. Like it couldn't be. He might just be a huge dick, but it kind of fits.
nothing says they can't be both.
Very true.
Wouldn't that lean more to the actor being this guy? Like, what's more entertaining than like
But
the Hollywood glamour and
no,
all that
no,
suffering
the
there?
actor was given that.
Yeah, so he says he could have lied. I'm not
That's- I mean,
completely stupid. I'm just a little.
I mean,
stupid.
that is true. He could have lied, and none of us really did. Actually, no. Iona was pretty keen on him. He was right.
Yes, I'm.
He wasn't really lying too much. He did escape and run away from us, so that's pretty suspicious. But I mean, that could just be because he's in on it. He might know, but I don't think he's in charge. Just after talking
Well,
with him,
there's
he
also
does not.
the fact that a bunch of complete strangers just popped in and started interrogating him. So
I mean,
that's
he actually
possible
he came
factor.
to he came to us though. Like, don't forget,
It's
like we
supposed
were
to
there
be.
looking around. He came
He
to
was
us.
he wasn't even supposed to be there.
That's true. He was supposed to be at the house, I thought, but neither here nor there. Can we say that we're doing this when we're walking down the path still?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
No, we're not just standing around. But I don't know. I'm not sure. The performer could be in on it, but I don't think he's in charge. If he was in on it, he is definitely not the one calling the shots.
Like a donkey being led by a carrot.
What about a
Or in
carrot?
this case, couple of carrots.
Where did the carrots come from?
You know, you tie a carrot to the end of a stick and you hold it in front of a donkey and it'll go forward.
Oh,
Do you not know about metaphors?
no, that's the first one I've heard that one.
See, I'm not the only one.
I'm I'm about to have an aneurysm because of you two. Oh God.
Oh, you mean like the dog and a bone, and you kind of coax it on with the bone.
Yeah.
I just flashed my
Really spinning,
pen
but
light in your
hamster is
eye.
dead.
I don't know what the hell you're on about with the donkey.
I just flash my flashlight into your eye, temporarily blinding you for a moment.
Hey, what the fuck? Get the hell out of
All
here.
right. So
I'll rub my bioluminescent
You're
flower skin on you. Keep it up.
you're a fascinating specimen. I would really like to open your head and figure out what's going on in there.
Who the hell are you talking to?
I hate to ask, yes.
Who'd you say that to?
All of you.
I'm gonna look at Maya and be like, actually, I don't know, maybe.
Hey, maybe.
That one,
Let's keep our distance.
yeah. Ooh. Is that skin still like lit up, or after I cut it off, did it like lose its bioluminescence?
all right. So you want? I'm sorry. You want what with the
Well,
bioluminescence?
well, I was just, is it still like, is it even after I cut it off, was it still lit up, or is it like dead
Yes,
now?
it was lit up. Yes, it was.
And it still is, or it's now dead?
Slowly it's becoming not lit anymore.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with this information, but I'm hoping it, I'm hoping it helps at some point.
It's all you need to know, man.
It's
So-
probably doing that because you cut it off.
Yeah.
He
How?
cut your
When
tongue
else
off.
are you gonna see something like that?
Yeah.
Memento.
Very important.
I mean,
How about we
Yeah.
try to get something that resembles a seed or a piece of fruit, so you
know,
can
those-
nurture one above when we get back.
I mean, it is
Uh,
quite common, just on a smaller scale as we're walking.
Okay, I'm not a botanist, guys. Okay, I just thought it was
I
cool.
know.
All right. So besides all that, all that, what do you guys like to do now?
Well, I mean, I imagine while we were all kind of going off topic there, we were walking down the path, just trying to get to an exit.
All right. So you guys head towards the exit. You climb a set of stairs, and the stairs have some lit torches at first, and eventually the some sort of daylight seems to illuminate it. As you come up to this very strange temple. This temple seems to be built with golden walls, many different hieroglyphics. There seem to be statues and things everywhere, particularly from Egyptian origin. Um, as you guys continue walking around, you find an exit, pretty much. The exit actually doesn't lead you outside, but it simply leads you to the area where you can see down. Apparently, you are on top of a hill. And from that hill, you are able to see the town. You see many different vehicles going around. I'm going to tell you what you can see, pretty much. Hold
Are we still underground?
on. No. You're pretty much you're outside, but inside of the temple, or I guess on the temple's front. However, the temple's front area is on top of a hill, so this area will look like this. Let's see, where's Discord? So you will be up there, and from up there,
Huh.
you can see a city that will look very much like in its best moment. I guess like this. Obviously from afar, right? Um,
I take a picture. I take that exact picture. Good golly, we are in Egypt.
How hot is it outside?
how what?
The temperature outside. How hot is it?
Right now it's very nice outside. There seems to be a little bit of humidity, but not a lot. The weather seems to be very very nice, not cold at all.
Ah, I missed this.
That does not sound like Egypt when it comes to weather.
I mean, if I remember correctly, they're on the. God, I can't remember the word. Equal.
Equator.
Yeah, equator. Yeah.
They're in the tropical zone. Yeah,
Yeah, they're on the equator.
that's why it's a bit weird to me that it's so cool there. I mean, if we are in the mountain region, then maybe.
He said it's not
So
cold.
I mean, it's possible. I remember reading something that it snowed in Egypt once, or
so
Yeah,
something.
and there was a panic about it,
right.
very literally.
So you're out there. As you approach the town, I'm assuming that you get out of the temple and you start heading into town.
Yep.
Well, we do need to go somewhere.
All right.
Hmm.
As you
Um,
approach the town, you start passing by dead people. People just laying down on the ground, dead. There seems to be many of them, and not necessarily coming from the temple. They just seem to be scattered everywhere. Simply just dead.
I take a picture and say a quick prayer.
Go ahead and roll spot hidden. Very well. You find on the ground a picture of Victor and his partner.
Like, oh, good God, I missed
Motherfucker.
something.
So I imagine they were here then, right?
Yeah, we need to go back. We like, were there other balls in that location, or was it just the one?
No, there was just the one. However, if you remember, they took an airplane. They didn't use the ball.
Well, we already knew they went to Egypt though, so
No, 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 no. They told you they went to Egypt. However, when you guys spoke with the police captain, the captain told you that they took an airplane and they were heading towards Lisbon, Portugal. The same place
and
where you're in.
you mean Lisboa? That's what it says on the picture.
Yep.
Oh, we might have beaten them.
Yeah. Lisboa is in Portuguese or in Spanish. Lisbon will be in English, but it's the same place.
hey, would I be able to use my spell to divine where his amulet's at?
Sure. Go ahead, roll it.
Um, how fresh are the corpses?
Roll it. Tommy, Tommy, Tommy. I see you got a 98. I almost forgot about that one.
Keeper,
What?
how old are corpses?
The corpses, they're laying on the ground. They all
I
seem to
got
be
that. How?
facing down.
Okay, can I flip one over and see roughly how old are they?
Uh, Possibly be a day old at the most. Maybe less.
Okay.
Maybe less. It's hard to tell because when you turn them around, they have a face that looks completely decrepit, almost as if something sucked the life out of them.
Something sucked them dry.
Yeah,
And
hey,
not in a fun way.
and this is for Tommy for that spy hidden roll. And Tommy, you owe me 1d3 for the headache you get looking for whatever you were looking for.
How much is like for this spell? Like how much uh does it cost, and how much sanity and whatnot?
Let me look. Let me look. Because I honestly don't even remember what spell we're talking about.
It's like a divine. It was like divining an item. It's way back here.
Maya. Maya, Maya. Divine item. I guess did you write down the spells by any the spell by any chance?
I wrote down that it was divine item in with the book.
Okay, hold on. Let me look for
Seek
it.
Seek the Lost. That's what it's called.
Give me a second. Let me look for it in my macros. Okay. What is it called again?
Seek the Lost.
And this was, do you remember if this was a traveling spell, a creature spell, or an attack spell?
All I remember is that it said that I divined where an item was at.
Okay. Maybe that one. No.
So, did these corpses look like the other ones from the
Yep.
the?
No, they remember the ones from the theater. They looked like they were burned. They had holes on them.
But these ones look different.
Yeah, this looks like almost
These ones look like someone slurped their insides.
sealed of aces. No. Okay, so to cast that spell, let's make it easy. For everybody that sees that spell cast, it will be a 1d5. And you will need a power roll to succeed.
So we roll. Oh no, heart.
Never mind.
Nope.
So, all right. Are you guys going to head into town? Or what do you guys want to do? And by the way, remember that you guys have the map where it shows you around the world that there's 2 more temples. Because if you can recall,
Turkey and Bangladesh.
if you recall, Victor and his partner are possibly looking for another device that they need in order to possibly summon Nelatotep. And that's a maybe. That's not 100%. They may just have good intentions.
I feel like they don't.
Good intentions.
And they're just tourists. Remember, he told you he was going to Egypt on vacation.
I guess
Right.
head straight to where the closest temple would be, just in case.
So Turkey.
Yeah. How are we gonna get to Turkey though? Everybody here is dead.
We can try taking the orb again.
That was on a one-track place.
Maybe there's another temple with another one.
How the hell did we find it?
Maybe.
When we were leaving the tunnel, was there like any like signifier that there was something in there, or was it just like a cave? It's a random cave.
No, that tunnel actually. No, there was no signifier that there was anything there. It was a cave that was hidden down from the temple, from inside the temple. So maybe, I don't know, but maybe you're gonna have to look for it. See what you find.
I mean,
Oh,
might as well
is
go
there a-
further to town. Right?
Yeah, let's see if there's a
I mean,
library.
Maybe there.
Okay. So you guys start heading
Maybe we
into town.
could get lucky and find somebody who survived.
So you guys start heading into town. The closer you get to the town, you see how the sky, for all you know, it was somewhat blue. You know, the sun was shining pretty nicely. Eventually, it's starting to become cloudy a little bit, but not too bad. The people walk around, whatever, and everything just seems sort of normal.
There are people walking around.
You're gonna go to a library, right? Is that what you said?
Dan was. I don't know about everyone else.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Well, I'll go with Dan.
in the town there are people walking around. Yeah.
I mean, I'd still go into town and try to ask, like, grab the picture and point toward, like, you seen this man?
All right, go ahead and roll spot hidden.
Everyone or
Anybody that wants to.
Success.
I think it would be.
You notice how
No, no.
two kids. Go Tommy. Go Tommy. Tommy boy. So you notice how
I'm
two
sacrificing
kids,
luck.
they seem to be playing around a little rough. And as they play around a little rough, one punches the other one really hard. And then the kid actually gets up and gets to him and pushes him against the wall, and he hits the back of his head against the wall. And then he gets up and goes to him, grabs his arms, and just breaks his knee. Like really easy, breaks his leg. Then the rest of you notice that around, people just seem to start getting into fights with other people. Like everywhere. It's like the weirdest thing. They're not paying you any mind. They're just fighting.
I think we need to find the place to hide a bit.
I think we need to keep going
Going.
because I don't think we'll be able to. I don't think we should really. We don't have really the time to hide.
Roll listen, please.
And we don't have time to.
Oh. All right.
I cannot hear silence. Forget anything else.
All right. those of you that roll listen,
I got an extreme.
you hear
I got a hard.
that there's some music going around, very faint. It's almost like a flute is playing somewhere. You just cannot figure out where. Everybody that passed the the listen and roll, and also Edward, all of you roll your power. So people that pass and Edward.
Hmm.
Does my extreme affect anything then?
Nope.
Whew,
All right.
just barely.
So you notice how the only thing that you notice is that as much as you're able to control yourself right now, you seem to have an urge to like everything seems to bother you, almost like you feel like you could snap at any minute. It's taking you some real work to be able to try to control yourself from getting like violent. Almost as if everything's just bothering you.
The noise is starting is seemingly a source of it, correct?
No, the music is almost indistinguishable because it's just so faint that it almost looks as if it could be coming out of a radio from somewhere, but at the same time, everywhere you go is about the same volume and with the same intensity.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem. For Tommy
Oh,
Maya,
shit, Sherlock.
you didn't hear that. I have gauze.
Like take
So
wads of
do I?
paper and put them in my. Actually, can I actually try to find the source of it since I did get extreme or no?
Well, there's really nothing that you can see or look at right now that could be playing music. Although
Well, can I at least follow it so it gets louder?
it it's not coming out of a certain spot, it's just everywhere. No matter, like for example, you can take 5 steps to the right and you hear it with the same volume. You can take 5 steps to the left, you hear it with the same volume. You can cross the street and the music is still there. You can go back 1 block and the music is still there.
Otherwise,
people.
all right.
Two people running from God knows what. They come by and all of a sudden they trip on 1 sec. No. Wow, I can't type tonight. All right. They trip on Tommy. Tommy was just looking out there, doing his thing, trying to find out what's going on, and two people just trip on him. And they're like, "Oh my God, you gotta help us! They're coming! I don't know what's going on. You see, look at what's happening. Everybody's fighting. I think if you're not gonna do anything about it, if you're just gonna stay here waiting to die, that's fine. But I am going to go to my safe spot. Yes, we do have a safe spot. Let's go. Let's go. Hurry up."
A safe spot. Hey,
Oh, hold
I want to
on,
go to a
hold
safe
on. Have
spot
you
too.
seen? Hey, have you seen these two?
Well,
No.
if you all want to come, you're welcome to come. But you know what? I don't have any time to stand around over here. Um, well, everybody's fighting. How do I know that somebody's not gonna start a fight with me? I don't want to die today.
Have you? Were these two here? As I like,
Neither do we, so why should we trust you guys?
You don't have to. You can stay here. Bye. They turn around. They run away.
Should we follow?
just go to the biggest entertainment theater that's here.
Great. There could have been a safe spot, and now we'll never know. You two
don't-
are so suspicious.
I just look back towards where the kids are breaking each other's arms. Like, I think that we have a right to be suspicious.
I mean, they weren't breaking our arms. They weren't hurting anyone.
For now, do you want to risk it changing suddenly?
I mean, by that logic, I shouldn't trust any of you.
Well, you see him. You see him.
Who says
running.
I'm
They're
trusting
not
you
running
guys?
super fast. They seem to be like mostly jogging. You know, trying to like hurry up. They seem to have they seem to have some sort of hurry, but it's not like, oh my god, like extremely fast that they're going. So
They might know something.
Tommy will jog after them.
Dan's gonna follow.
I'll follow.
God.
all right, there seems to be this building. You get there and it is a theater. The theater is just, you know, it doesn't seem to be working right now. It doesn't seem to have a play or anything. But you see that the door closes right behind them.
I'll try and open the door.
Okay.
Who wants to bet that they're fans?
You open the door. Do you walk in?
Yeah.
Okay. As you
Please,
walk in,
we'll
they
do
turn
a spot
around and
hidden.
said, "Oh, you decide to come? Yeah. You know what? My cousin, Jimmy, told me that this place is quite safe during emergencies. Not a lot of people knows about this place, so I think we should be safe over here."
I'm now going to do a psychology since I'm now not trying to interrogate them.
You didn't follow me.
And you see that
I-
they just run and they're walking around, and they're like, "Are you guys coming or staying here? I ain't gonna go sit down on one of the seats out there. I'm not standing around anymore."
Yeah, 59 out of 60.
Yep, you did. So you can tell. I mean, you don't know them personally, but you can tell that they seem to have been escaping truthfully. I mean, that much
So I said,
you can
yeah,
tell.
well, yeah, they. All right, nothing that like they're looking towards certain sides of the room or anything like that.
No. It seems to be a theater. This theater seems to be quite abandoned. It's not clean in the slightest.
Can we hear the music?
Yeah, you do hear the music. Go ahead and roll your power.
All of us, or
Yep.
Hey, this is gonna be bad.
Since he brought the music.
No.
All right. So the Maya and Edward, you guys look up the ceiling and you see this tentacle creatures just flying around playing their flute. At the same time, you just see them everywhere. So if you were to look out the window outside to the street, you will see them playing the flute out there too. Um, so these two gentlemen say, Hey, are you guys from around here? You guys have some sort of funny accent.
Dude, why are you asking these questions? Oh, are you guys not seeing these tentacle monsters like up in the sky, up here? I'll point up.
Do we see anything?
They said, no, you're probably too tired. They said the two guys, yeah, you're probably tired. I think you just been a lot of stress. You know what? Stressful situations can be like that.
But it's not stress. I'm fine. But they're even outside. They're all over the place.
Hmm.
Does it look like the? Does it look like the one?
Yeah, it looked like it's that octopus. The Tommy and Iona were arguing about.
Yeah, they're all over the place. And you can see Edward is grinning like a maniac. There's plenty of them.
I probably take a step to the left of Edward.
Yeah, back away from Edward a little bit.
Seem a little too excited about this, buddy.
Do you know how many experiments I can do with them?
That sounds like an excellent idea.
Well, in the meantime,
What if I take my flashlight out and shine it at the ceiling? Does that do anything for you, Maya?
Did it do anything?
Go ahead, try it out.
Well,
in the
do it.
meantime, I'm like now
Ooh,
going to fully ask them, like, since they're not running away.
So unless you were one of those people that failed the power roll, you wouldn't see anything no matter what you flash at the ceiling.
Well, no, I know I'm flashing, but I was asking Maya, like, are they reacting to the flashes?
Are they reacting? Do I see their shadows up on the ceiling? Like, is it illusionary for me or is it real?
No, it's pretty real for you. They're very, very, very real. They seem to be everywhere. The two guys
And they have
standing
shadows?
over there. The two guys standing over there. They look at you, Edward and Maya, and they say, "You know what? I don't know about you, but they seem friendly. Maybe we should try talking to them. Maybe they know something. They can tell us something. What's going on? You know."
Wait, you guys see him?
No.
Is there like a rock I can pick up, like some kind of rubble or something that I could pick up?
Spy hidden is your friend.
Spot hidden is my friend. Spot hidden is my friend. It is not my friend.
No, my friend. All right, I see Maya looking for something. Oh, here's something.
All right. Yeah, you find a rock. All right.
And I'll take the rock and be like, thank you. And I'll just hurl it up there at them.
Okay. You throw it, and nothing happens. The rest of you see him throw a rock, and the rock just goes through and just falls on the ground.
They don't interact with it whatsoever. Like, do I hit one of them? Does it like?
It just goes through them.
Wait, now I gotta try to rationalize this. It just went through it. Like, it
By
didn't
the way,
actually hit it.
I think I forgot to tell you this, but you owe me sanity once you see those things, both of you.
Okay. I'm.
Jeez.
We're starting fantastic.
Nice.
Give me a 1d7, both of you. Come on, guys. You can do this.
D7. No, we cannot.
Oh, this is all gonna track with Edward going nuts while he wants to do experiments.
All right, so let's see. Edward. Go ahead and roll 1d10, please. Edward.
He gets too excited.
So many experiments. Ugh. Oh shit.
All right.
So
the other
many.
guy, The other guy says, "Whoa, your friend, is he okay?"
You'll be fine.
I think we may be able to get him some water or something to try to help him out. Why don't we lay him down over here on this table? Well, not on the table, but on the stage. Why don't we lay him down over here?
Wait, what stage? As I now look
Yeah.
around.
I'm gonna look at the stage. I'm gonna check out the stage.
The stage looks a little dirty, but at least it's lifted from the ground. If you want to stand on the bottom of the ground, you can actually take care of him standing up instead of uh, him being completely at a ground level. Um,
And like flash my pen light. Do I see like the gold sparks?
your pen?
My pen light.
You flash your pen light. However, you just see whatever you flash. Nothing extra.
No gold. No gold
No
dust. Or
dust.
no, he's
No,
gonna light on fire.
no dust. So,
Wow.
so one of the guys, takes off, grabs a necklace that he has on. He's like, I think I know how to help him. Give me just a second. He grabs his necklace.
Wait.
Wait. I'm gonna check out that necklace now. What the?
Same.
Well, hold on, buddy. This is my necklace. Give me a moment. I'll use it, and then I'll show
No,
you.
no,
the
no,
Well,
no.
yeah, I just want to see. I was just looking at it while he's moving. I don't want to.
Yeah, he
I
shows
don't want to
you.
grab it
It looks
from him.
like a coin. It doesn't. Um, it doesn't. It doesn't look potentially like what you've seen before. It looks like a coin. It's got a.
Does it resemble the one that Victor was wearing?
It may not necessarily
Not
be the same, but
necessarily resemble the same. I mean, it is potentially a medallion or a necklace from some sort.
where do you
of
exactly
something,
get this?
but not necessarily the same. No.
Is there a kind of roll I can do to kind of see what it is or where it comes from?
Yeah, you're gonna roll a code. All right. Yeah, you can. I mean, when you see that necklace, you're like, well, hold on. Didn't you pass out a moment ago? I thought you. Passed
No,
out.
that was
Oh,
Edward.
Passed that.
that was Edward. Never mind. Okay, yeah, you look at it and you're
That
like,
was me.
wow, there's those necklaces that they may be around a lot. Because granted, that it's not the same necklace. It seems very much like something that that looks ancient. That looks Egyptian. But then again, you're in Europe in the 1920s, so who knows? Maybe
where
medallions
exactly
or
did you
necklaces
get
like
this?
that are fairly common.
Where do you get that?
Where did I got this? Oh man, this is a very special necklace. So the other day, let me tell you a story. I think you guys are gonna love this story because it is very interesting. I'm pretty sure you guys look like you enjoy good stories. So he says, "Let me." The other day, my brother and I. He's my brother. His name is Timmy, and I am Jimmy, and we were together walking around, and we went inside of this temple. That it was on a hill. In this temple, we saw a bunch of stuff. It was amazing. There was a bunch of statues, hieroglyphics. We found a staff that glue. We found many different medallions, many different necklaces, many different everything. But it was really, really cool. And then we turned around, we looked, and we saw this one. This one looks really, really. I mean, it didn't look like as expensive as the rest of them, but we didn't want to grab the most expensive looking one because we knew that if we grabbed that one and we brought it into town, somebody was gonna try to steal it from us. But at the same time, when I grabbed it, I put it on and I felt how cold it was. And no matter how long I had it against my skin, it didn't seem to get warm. So I figure now that maybe if I can put this thing against your body's skin, maybe he wakes up with the cold.
I don't think that'll work that way.
Oh yeah, well, what are you planning to do? Maybe get him wet to wake him up. You
Wait,
want to
so
pee on him?
so you came through the temple just outside of town,
Yeah.
and you found all that stuff.
Oh yeah. I sure did.
Well, do you think you can bring us there?
Oh yeah. Totally, I can't bring you there. But problem is to get there because
Yeah, well, that might have caused this.
what might have caused what?
That.
No, everything was fine when we got out. Nothing was happening.
Yeah, well, there's. Oh, boy. Tommy, why don't you explain the situation?
Why me?
And
They
he's-
think that the guy with the amulet is married to the octopus and is making everybody kill each other.
I never said that. First
I
off,
feel like we're telling them those things that
yeah. Well, apparently they also have a similar ancient
Sorry.
amulet that this
Sorry.
jackass
They're-
has.
they're from
As
the
like-
beginning. If you're gonna say anything, because that just sounded nuts.
Okay, there was a theater full of dead people, and they were like, "Hey, what the heck is happening?" And they went to the morgue, even though I told them not to. And they looked like, "Yep, those people are dead. They killed each other." They go to the theater, and the actor was there, and he had a strange-looking amulet, and he's got a partner. And then we showed up here, so we, like threw the bouncy ball in the ruins, and they're like, "Oh, I think the octopus thing is a shapeshifter. I think." His partner. And I was like, what do you mean he's married to an octopus? And they all called me stupid. And now we're here.
I never said it was his part. They were married. What part of you?
I never called you stupid.
Thank you.
At least not out loud.
I can
No.
hear you.
No, out of character. Sorry.
Tommy's a cool guy. Why you gotta hate on Iona?
He just really frustrated me when he kept going back to the tentacles during my explanation.
You haven't liked me from the start. Whenever I told you that going to the morgue is a bad idea, you hated me from then.
No, I was annoyed at you then because I thought you were just one of the chief's and other lackeys, and now I'm just realizing something different.
You
Anyways,
threatened to write a smear story about me.
No, I read the Spears story about the chief.
No, you said you'd put my name on it.
No, I said Officer Jerry.
All right. So this
You're
guy
Officer
says,
Tommy.
"All right, do you all want to help him wake up or not?" I mean, I'll tell you what.
No.
Hold on a second. Let me go ahead. And,
No,
I'm not
don't.
letting him near. I'm not letting him near until he can make a good case for it. Because like,
Well, how about I do
No,
this?
that-
You know, my
that
goal
is-
is to get out of here. If you don't want to help him get up, that's fine. I'm gonna go do my own thing. You guys have fun. Good luck. I'll see y'all later.
You know what?
well, I mean, you're still in the theater though, right? I mean, you're 10 feet away. Like we can still see you.
Yeah,
Listen,
but I don't have to
yeah.
help you.
You can still.
You're-
Do you
you're
not find
rude.
it strange that all this is happening
You're all
and you have a
rude.
medallion that stays cold?
You're all rude. You guys
Well,
have an accent. I don't know where you're from.
Well, we
I
just
asked you to
Tommy.
help.
Tommy went over that.
I offer to help you escape the madness from outside, and this is
This
how you
chaos
refuse.
we're dealing with. You gotta admit that this is a hard time for everyone. Don't act that this is all on us or all on you or whatever. This is a hard time for everyone.
And he said,
Well,
"You're
no,
not a very happy person, are you?"
I'm a very stressed person. There's a difference.
I think she's not
Listen.
married. That's probably why.
listen, Jimmy.
Hey, I'm not married.
It's not nothing personal. We don't know. Like, we've had bad experiences with medallions, but I'm still up for, like, can you show us where you got that from? Because that might help solve this whole thing.
Well,
Like,
I'd be happy to tell you what the medallion. What the temple is, but it doesn't seem like you trust me anyway.
no, I trust you fine. It's just the medallion I don't trust, and I feel
Well,
like if you just found it, you don't know its full potential. And we've seen the potential of the medallion, and it's
potential.
not
I
pretty.
have a feeling you're just trying to steal my medallion. You're trying to make some money out of it.
No, no.
Can I-
I want you to show me where you got that from, so we can
Yeah,
try and fix.
especially Skippy over here, Miss that girl over there, that crazy girl that you're with.
Yeah, well, don't pay attention to her. You're talking to me, right? Like, it's you and me talking. Don't worry about her. Yeah, she is kind of nuts. I get it, but she's just passionate, I think, or she's
Passionate
crazy.
about
I
what?
really don't know.
Which one are we
I don't
talking about?
She's passionate probably about
Iona.
cats because she looks like she's gonna grow old, but live alone with cats only.
Well, that's kind of harsh, but I mean, maybe you don't know. But anyways, you could keep the medallion. I could care less. I would just like you to show us where you got that, because
I will show
to
you
stop
where I
this
got it.
music.
I will show you when I got it. But you know what? Before I can show you where I got it, we need to wake him up.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
gonna walk over to Edward and slap him.
Tommy,
wake
can
him
you
up.
carry him?
At least I had an idea to try to wake him up. What do you?
Well, yeah, no, and it's a great idea. No, it's a great idea. But like I was saying, we don't know the full potential of that medallion, and I don't want to cause something bad to go.
All right.
And that's personally, that's kind of weird that you first thing would be that, even though it's just like just something cold.
Arlen,
like-
go ahead and roll 1d10.
Just a second, my internet is wacky again.
Okay. And
It's
whoever was
so hard.
with
It gets to be up
Arlen,
for 2 more extra.
whoever was with Arlen over there that didn't pass the sanity roll back then, please. I mean
Or-
the sanity roll and also didn't pass the power roll. Okay, so 4 turns have passed.
So me.
So you go ahead and roll power again, please. This time rolling hard. Thank you.
Oh, well, I'm gonna lose this. All right. Yep.
All right. So Maya, you continue looking at the medallion, and this time around, the medallion is just you just feel that the medallion is almost like calling you. It's like it seems to be like you just feel that you need to have that medallion. Almost like you just feel that with your expertise in all this, whatever's going on, that if you could have that medallion, possibly you could resolve everything. I mean, ultimately, if anybody should have that medallion and should have its secrets and find out how to stop things, it should be you, because only you are the expert here. Everybody else doesn't know anything. I mean, ultimately, you were trying to explain to everybody what this guy was, whatever, and everybody was looking at you confused or just laughing at you, not taking you seriously.
I will try to snatch it right away from him.
Go ahead and roll your brawl.
Brawl. Oh, cool. Let's suck at it.
All right. So no, you don't get to snatch it, but you miss for a little bit. And he says, "Whoa, what are you doing, ma'am?"
Whoa, what the hell, Maya? I'm working. Yeah.
So if I swing around, I try grabbing it and I miss. He steps back and starts saying that. I'll just pull my gun out and point it right at his head and say, "Give me the medallion."
Oh, Jesus
And he
Christ.
looks at you, and he hands you the medallion. He says, "Please, don't shoot me."
Yeah, no, that's super not what we were doing. Here's
And then
10
I'll take
10
it.
US bucks. I don't know if that's useful to you, but here's $10. But we'll arrange something.
All right.
That
So
is
Maya has the
horrible.
medallion. Maya, go ahead and roll again your power in hard.
Dang it.
All right. So this time around, Maya, you seem like not to be able to control your body at this point. You just walk around and you get close to what's his name that was passed out on the ground?
Edward.
Edward. You walk to Edward
I
and you grab with the
can't. While
medallion and
she,
you put the
oh,
medallion right on his forehead.
well, hold on.
And
I'd like to
Edward,
take a shot
hold
first.
on, hold on.
What?
Well,
You're just looking at this. It's still
yeah.
her
Well,
turn.
I feel.
It's still her turn. Wait. Thank you. Just takes 2 turns and put the medallion on his forehead.
Well, if it's
At that moment in time, Edward opens his eyes, and everybody seems to be in an awe. The one guy, I want everybody to roll spot hidden real quick. With the exception
Turn
of
order
Maya
doesn't
and
work that
Edward.
way out of combat.
The exception of Maya and Edward. Edward, go ahead and roll power on hard.
Just a second. Just to correct you about one thing, according to rules, that's not how turns work in Call of Cthulhu. Failed.
I mean,
Turns
even
are
if
not applied outside of combat.
What are you talking about?
So unless they get Call of Cthulhu, turn-based rules are non-applicable outside of combat.
Well, you are applying a
So
turn-based rule because technically you are passed out for turns. Because you went crazy. You have a phobia. You fumble your sanity, remember? I mean, no, not your fumble, sorry. You lost more than 5 points of sanity. So,
well, if
yeah,
even then, if it still takes 2 turns, we should be able to do something to stop her.
it's not that it takes 2 turns. He rolled 10 turns.
But
he rolled a 1d10. And he came out with, I think, what? He used...
What they're trying to say is they're trying to find a way to stop Maya from
Okay.
doing
They are
anything. But
going
like
to
you're
stop
like,
you. They are going to stop you. Just give it a moment. Let me finish explaining what's going on. So Maya, real quick, took 2 steps and put the medallion on Edward's forehead. You're more than welcome to take your shot, Iona, if you want. Go ahead. Take a shot. Shoot
I'll
Maya.
do a.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say a called shot at her hand before she touches him with
Okay.
it. Like,
If you want a shot in the general direction of Maya, you can take a regular shot. If you want a shot at her hand only, go ahead and roll your firearm on hard. Okay. You can shoot 3 times
Stop.
if you want.
I'm going to spend a luck on the second one just because.
Okay. So I need where? Okay. Well, how come your damage is not showing?
I'm just rolling the skill in general. It's just a D10. Yeah, so Maya would take 1 damage, and hopefully that would like either move the medallion out of the way so it doesn't touch him, because we were all against him, and for her to do this is weird, and her seeing tentacles, that I feel like this is...
So 1 damage. All right. So you shot Maya on the hand. The medallion falls still right above Edward. Edward wakes up, opens his eyes. Edward, You grab the medallion.
Friendly advice. Very friendly advice. Stop railroading your players.
You grab the medallion and get up. Edward, go ahead and roll your power on hard. Thank you. All right,
I have no idea what they rolled.
you roll power. So,
No, I mean, I have no idea what they got.
Yeah, rolled a 56 out of 50. 15. He failed.
so Edward, with the medallion, you look at Maya and you look at the investigators. However, the investigators to you now they're not necessarily looking like the group before. Not to mention that the music has gotten increasingly loud to you. And Maya, also the music to you would have gotten increasingly loud. And somehow the group of investigators that seem to be with you right now, they seem to look completely different. They all have taken the shape almost as if they are shamblers, for that matter. That they are attempting to kill both of you. When you look at the two guys that are there, you can clearly see that the two guys, one of the guys, he's just there because he doesn't, he's just there. But the other guy, he has a shade or a shadow on his head, almost as if something very dark is inside of his head. But that's it.
I have very bad news for you.
So,
Because Edward is gonna try dismantling the bloody amulet.
well, hold on. You're not in control of your own actions yet. So, first of all, let's go since Iona took her turn already. Um, let's go with Tommy. Tommy, go ahead. Tell me, what do you want to do?
I see that Maya has pulled a gun, and I tell her to put the gun down, and I try and grab her wrist.
Well, the gun is not on her. Oh, hold on. Oh, no,
No.
Maya took the gun. Yeah, the gun is on her hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're gonna try to grab her wrist, go ahead and roll brawl, please. I'm sure Maya's gonna be okay with it.
Fine, bro.
The player for Maya will be okay with it. Will Maya actually be okay with it?
I don't think I've succeeded a single roll with Tommy.
Not in this session, no.
It was a
All
tough
right.
one last one.
All right. So now, Maya, go ahead and roll power again. This time normal.
Nope.
All right. Maya, you grab your hand and you put it on top of Edward's hand with your blood and everything. At that moment, a light emanates from the medallion. I want everybody to roll sanity after I finish describing the scene. The medallion shines up, and all of a sudden, if you look at the one guy right next to you, you can clearly see that he seems to have a very, very large shadow for how little he is. Or, he just seems to be a regular human being size. Also, he kind of turns around and looks at the group and says, "What's going on? Are we going to stop him? I want my medallion back." And when he says that, everybody seems to see that his face seems to have a mouth that goes vertically from his chin all the way to the forehead when he talks. and then it's just for a split second, and then it changes and it becomes back to normal.
We
I
all
want
see that.
everybody to roll sanity. Yes, we all see that. However, Maya and
Oh, whoops! I
Edward.
rolled that on hard. There you go.
Okay. So those of you that fail the sanity roll, go ahead and roll a 1d5. Those of you that pass, 1d2. All right. So the one guy says, "Okay, are you guys gonna give me my medallion or what?"
So the medallion's in between Maya and Edward's hands, or it's
Yeah,
like
they're
hanging.
both holding hands, holding the medallion together. The medallion is emitting a light, a very, very bright light. All of a sudden, your very best friends are starting um, to come to life. All these creatures that were playing the flute, now they appear and they start moving around and they become very real. I want everybody to roll sanity again, those of you that haven't seen those creatures yet. That means everybody but Maya and Edward. And I want, if you pass, I want a 1d3. If you fail, a 1d5. And by now, there's a chance you may have a phobia or about the madness.
I roll 1d3 for success.
Yep.
All right, now I have a bout of madness. Yes.
Okay. About madness, right here. Boom. Go ahead and roll a 1d10, please and thank you. Thank you. Anybody else that has a bout of madness right now?
How many points is it again?
5.
Yeah, I have one.
Go ahead and roll a 1d10. All right. All right. So all these creatures are showing up. The guy's voice just suddenly changes. And he starts sounding very unholy or very alien like. And sounds like his voice now is all muffled and says, "You guys know that I've been looking forward to play with you guys. This is very, very fun. I mean, you guys are probably some of the most stubborn people I have played with. You know, I am having my fun altogether, but soon I'm going to be around. And once I'm around, we're all going to have fun at the same time. It won't be just me within a few people. It's going to be everyone. But don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to kill you. Now that I'm going to leave you like this. And maybe my friends over here with their songs, I'm going to continue playing for you. And if you make it or not, I will see you maybe at a different place. Stay safe. And all of a sudden it just disappears. And the guy becomes normal. His head doesn't seem dark anymore. Now he looks at you and says, "What happened? What am I doing here? Who are you guys?"
Does he not see the things?
And then all of a sudden he looks at the things and he sees that all these creatures are just floating around and he just screams, "Ha!" And just he takes off running. He doesn't realize that he's on a stage. He misses the step, falls down, and unfortunately impales his head on the corner of the armrest of the seat down there. So he's dead.
that's unfortunate. Can I use just pure strength to try and push Edward and Maya, or just one or the other, just to see if to have them drop the amulet?
You can tackle one of them if you want.
I wouldn't be able to just push them. I don't really want to
Well, no,
risk
you
going to the
wouldn't be able
ground.
to push him because to push him you will still have to roll brawl. You're still taking an action. There you go. All right. Which one of
Sorry.
them did you brawl?
Edward, before he rushed, Edward would say, "You can have it, but can I dismantle it first?
Which
I
one
really
of
want to know
them?
how it works."
Which one of them did you want to push or tackle?
Well, can he give it to me, or is he still under control?
Well, no, they're not gonna give you the amulet.
Okay, yeah, then because I'm imagining Edward's hand was facing up and Maya's was facing down.
Okay, so you're tackling Edward.
Yeah.
Okay. You tackle Edward down.
Edward is a bit insane when it comes to research things. He doesn't mind giving things after he's done with them. So that's why I said I have a bad news.
Okay. And
And this is a new toy.
damn. Okay. So Maya and Edward, go ahead and roll your power again, please. And thank you.
Oh, wait.
All right, Maya, you come back. You realize that your hand has a nice gunshot hole on it, and it hurts a lot.
What happened? What happened to my hand?
We'll explain later. We have to figure out this medallion.
And
Your fucking friends
Okay,
are,
I see.
are real now.
And Edward, you come back too, but now you have that medallion in your hand. The medallion is all covered in blood, and you see that the only person that is actually bleeding is Maya's hand. However, you have the medallion on your hand.
Okay, he's going to pull out from his bag. He's going to pull out a bundle of bandages, give them to Maya while he heads toward the nearest table, and start pulling out small tools. Nothing that can be used for proper research, but
All right. All right. So, what do you guys do when you guys come back to know?
Well, I'll take the bandage.
These things are still flying above us, right?
Yep, they sure are.
Yeah, I think
And
we should
Iona's
deal with
passed
those.
out. I'm gonna shake Iona awake. Try and get everyone ready at attention. Tommy, sorry, but you just seem kind of. I don't know. Which one do you have?
What do you mean?
Oh, you have blindness, deafness, or loss of limb? Which one is it?
I think it'd be appropriate if he was deaf or blind,
Okay.
not deaf, because
I thought-
well, you're seeing something, right? You're not supposed to see.
easy way to settle this. Yep, I'm dead.
All right, well that works. All right, well I'm talking to Tommy. Like Tommy, I don't know what the hell your thing is, but I'm waking Iona up.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna point like finger guns, like pointing at the at the things. I'm gonna shake my Iona awake.
All right. You point your guns. Are you gonna shoot them?
Well, no, I'm telling
Finger gun.
I'm waking up Iona. I'm telling Tommy I'm using my fingers to gun at the things that are flying above us, but I'm waking up
Okay.
Iona. That's gonna be my
Okay.
action.
Okay. All
Sure, I'll-
And what about Tommy? Tommy boy.
Tommy seeing the finger guns will pull his gun and try and shoot the nearest thing.
Tentacle creature.
I fumbled the first one, didn't I?
All right.
91, not a 95 or higher.
Tommy, you shoot. I mean, I'm assuming you're shooting at the creatures. However, you see that the bullets just go through them. Nothing seems to affect them.
Yeah, I guess you gonna look frustrated. I can only fire once per turn, right? So it's my turn.
Arlian, since you have the medallion, go ahead and roll your power.
You mean medallion? I'm currently getting ready to try and dismantle.
All right. So no, nothing happens. However, you do feel a huge urgency to try to investigate that medallion and find out exactly how it works and what is it made of, because you just wanted to figure out how to use it. You want to understand it. How was it built? How is it working?
Yeah, that was sort of the idea with experimentally dismantling objects. And my power just ran out.
Yeah. Maya,
Mhm.
what do you want to do?
I'm tending my wound to my hands.
Okay. Go ahead and roll first aid, since you're doing it to yourself. Go ahead and roll a 1d3. All right. Your wound is tended. Now, you continue seeing this creatures on the ground. I mean, above you, flying. What's the overall plan, fellas and lady?
Now, would I feel as though those things are connected to the amulet by any?
You wouldn't be able to tell.
You can ask.
I'm still out cold, so
I can't hear anybody, so I'm not gonna be aware of the plan at all.
Was it so?
All right. At that point in time, the door of the theater opens up. An old gentleman walks in. 2 steps only. He says, "Oh my goodness! I thought I heard something in here, but wow, that is impressive. What are you guys doing in there? Are those things yours?"
You can see them.
Yes, they're everywhere, all over the place. I came here to try to escape, but they're in here too. And you guys are just
Yeah.
hanging out there. I have a feeling you guys are the ones that are behind all this.
No.
And he
No,
turns
that would be a
around.
corpse lying over there.
And he turns around and says, "Hey, everybody! I found the people that are behind the flying things. They're over here." And you just start hearing. Go ahead and roll. Listen.
Including me?
No.
Would have I been able to get Iona up by this point, or?
Yeah, you would have.
what's going on?
Maya and Edward touched the amulet and spawned all these guys. You passed out, and I don't know what's going on with Tommy, but he's not listening.
We
He can
didn't
look
we
at you,
didn't
though.
spawn anything. These guys were here before any of this. Then I blacked out and I don't remember what happened.
So everybody needs to roll listen, not just Dan and Maya.
I also rolled. I
Well,
got 11 out of
um,
30.
Well, not Tommy.
uh,
Oh, right.
Tommy's
And
deaf.
He's still dead.
Yeah.
Iona and Edward, you guys hear that there's some screaming, almost as if a mob is approaching, and you hear many steps getting closer and closer.
they'll listen to us. So book it. As I just run basically back to where we came.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna grab Tommy and kind of point like we're getting the fuck out of here.
Slightly crazy question. Would I be able to figure out that contact with amulet is what helps spawn these things
We left.
or reveal them?
Hold on, what?
Well,
Would I be capable of figuring out, because it's fairly obvious, that amulet and contact with it are what spawns these things, or at least makes them
Well,
visible?
you're more than
you
welcome
could
to
ask the other
believe
people.
that. You're more than welcome to believe that. However, and this is not as a player. This is more as I mean, this is not as a character that I'm telling you this. This is as a player that I'm telling you this. As a player, the music was going on before those things were able to be seen. So therefore, touching it only made him appear. Um, as a player, you only know that those things appear whenever Maya touched the medallion. And definitely, if you were somebody that didn't pass the listen roll to be able to hear the music, you're more than welcome to believe that Maya is the one that spawned those things when she touched them.
I mean, these idiots aren't gonna not even try to trust us. So I should have brought explosives.
Jesus Christ. Let's just run. Let's just get out of here. We have to go back to the temple.
Back to the past.
Bolting back to the temple while uh, reloading in ammo to one that whose main purpose is to stun people.
I reload my gun as well.
What'd you do with the amulet,
So, what was the question?
Edward?
Um, I guess I just shove it into a bag. I still want to dismantle it, but at a relatively isolated location.
And we did go on this to make sure that they don't get, so those two don't get the rest of these.
As we're leaving, I guess we're all running, right?
Sure,
Yep.
yeah, that's fine. You're running. You take off running. Are you running? Are you running away because you think you're being chased, or are you running just for the sake of hurrying up?
We're
We
being
think
chased.
we're being
Both.
chased because we.
Being chased. All right, very well. Everybody roll. Um, what's the name of this? Hold on. Today I'm having a brain fart. Everybody roll dexterity. Dexterity. You guys take off. Where is it that you're going, by the way?
Back to the temple.
All right.
I mean, it's the only place we know.
You head back to the temple. As you continue running and you run through the town and you head to the temple, you see how people are just massacring each other. They're just killing each other, stabbing each other with knives, beating each other with rocks from the ground, punching and kicking and each other getting beat to death. They are, this is some pretty messed up scene that you're seeing, where you're just come to believe that whatever's going on, it is truly evil to actually have managed to have people just do that to each other. So you get back to the temple after a couple, let's say a little bit of running. You probably run for a mile or two. What now?
Are we safe away from all the people? I mean, like, yeah, all the ones fighting each other, but like our mob behind us.
Yeah,
There's no mob behind you. There's also nothing flying on top of you. You can still see some things flying, but they're not on
Can
top
Tommy
of you.
hear
They're
yet?
on the distance. In the distance. Those
So
things
they're
that are flying,
essentially
they seem to
settled
be,
in town.
those things flying, they seem to be concentrating on the town.
Can Tommy hear yet?
So what?
Can Tommy hear yet?
Tommy, yeah, he should be able to hear by now.
Who wants to bet that that old man was in good part responsible?
Maybe.
I mean, I saw when we ran out, but I couldn't really hear.
I don't even know what he said. All I heard was that people were going to get, angry. That they were angry.
Angry.
Well, we needed to get out of there anyways because those tentacle creatures became visible, but still. Okay, so something's up with this medallion. We can all
Yeah,
agree on that, yes?
Why'd you do that,
Yes.
Mario?
I really needed that. I think I blacked out. I don't remember
I think she was in
anything.
full control. Considering,
So I was talking to the guy trying to get him like on our side, and then you pulled the gun on him and took the medallion, and he ended up being the crazy guy. Anyway, that was probably should have seen that coming.
I mean, I tried to stop you from not, using it, but talk about bad luck.
Unfortunately,
Well,
what should we do with it?
I mean,
can we take it out quick? Like, does it have like the same designs as the other one, or does it have like different designs?
No, it's the same design.
Same design as what the actor has.
Not exactly the same, but yeah, I mean it's the same, overall idea.
But we can believe that that's one of the things that he was needing,
maybe.
or that whoever would need to spawn that. What's his name?
Narlatep.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, if they don't need it, we well, what was the other places that they needed to go?
Turkey and Bangladesh.
I mean, if we go back to the States and
that's-
then go to Bangladesh, make our way towards Bangladesh.
Well, why not just continue?
The man
Turkey.
mentioned
Or-
that there
well,
is a
let's see.
glowing.
Yeah.
staff.
All right.
I just realized it was unconscious for that part of the talk,
So you guys are at the
so either
temple.
completely ignore it or.
You guys are at the temple. What's next?
I mean, if we go, I say we just go back to the States, put this somewhere safe, and then go to the farthest place that they need to go, and grab that one, and make sure not activate it. As long as that happens, we should be fine.
Like those things that are flying, we take this amulet with us. They're not going to follow us, right?
No idea.
I don't think the amulet spawned the things. The things were there before the amulet.
I think you should take
I mean,
it. You should take it.
were they?
Give it a try
Go
and
on.
see what happens. What's the worst?
Can I see the amulet?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I mean, I'm asking Edward if I can
Edward
see
has
it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm sure he loves to share.
Um, I'm sorry. What did you say?
I'm asking if I could see the amulet.
He's gonna put on the gloves and pull it out by the chain. Sure. Just put on the gloves first.
All right. If you hand me a glove, I'll put on a glove.
Gloves. He has several sets with him.
Or I'll take on a pair of gloves and hold on to it. And then I'll kind of hang on to it, and I'll see. I'll hold up and call for them.
All right.
And see if they follow.
Well, those creatures are not able to see you. I mean, they are like quite a ways away. So.
How far away? How close could I get to them?
You're about 2 miles away right now.
Oh, that's going to be quite a bit. I'm not going back that far. How can we figure this out? Because
But you.
Go on.
No, you.
I just want to straight because I don't really want to take this with us if it's going to summon these things.
But I really don't think that it's. These things were there. They were here before the amulet was activated.
But they were there before.
We're
But he had it. He had it here before we got here.
Yeah, isn't he like a shifter and tricksy kind of deal?
Yeah,
yes.
But
he wanted to do that in the first place, but I don't think it matters. I think it's a damned if we do and damned if we don't. Because if we leave this here, some other schmuck will get it,
Go ahead and roll. Listen.
Nope.
Nope.
Wow.
A second. Nope.
Holy cow, man. All right.
All too engaged in this. We're all talking about this amulet and what we need to do with it.
This is great. A roll spot hidden, I guess.
Hidden is our friend.
All right. So since you are back at the entrance of the
or maybe it is
of the temple, you see that from the area where you guys came from, that there were those gigantic balls that will take you to different places. That there's some lights coming, some bright lights coming from the tunnel.
Grabbing a gun.
No, we should hide.
Yeah, and hiding. Yes,
Yeah.
I'd take cover. reload
like-
to get more destructive ammo.
I'll hide.
All right, you hide and nothing happens.
Are the lights moving, or are they just?
No, eventually they stop. Go ahead and roll intelligence.
Now we all get that.
Pretty much. Pretty much, you guys come to the conclusion that maybe there might be just the possibility that somebody might not have come, but
They're
somebody
going into
might
the
have
tunnel.
left. As a-
Good.
as a
Someone
leader.
left.
Like someone was going into the tunnel, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck. If they send that ball away. Alright,
We have
track.
to find that other fucking temple.
Should we run? Should we catch up with that person and find out who it is?
That thing goes way too fast.
How?
Well, let's run down there real quick. I want to see if it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay here for when you all come back.
Well,
I'm just-
What are you guys gonna do?
I'm running down into the temple to see if the ball is gone.
Yeah.
Okay. The ball is gone. There is a lever that you can pull that will ultimately call the ball back to you, but ultimately, most likely, will call it back once it's done with its trip.
That's 4 hours.
So, Tommy. You get quite a headache trying to figure that one out. You actually see that everybody else is thinking, and you think to yourself, man, why is everybody taking so long? I mean, we need to do some. I'm hungry. Go ahead and roll. I don't know, 1d3 from the headache you get because you're hungry.
How much damage have you taken from fumbles?
A lot. I have 4 hit points left out of 11.
All right. So, what are you guys doing?
We gotta go find the other temple.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go back into town though.
Well, they'll give me a chance to test my the medallion.
Oh. Did y'all come back or like?
Yep, we're walking. We're probably walking and talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't test ancient evil things.
Yes, but if we can control those things to get them to stop the music.
It's.
But if we stop the music, all this will stop.
It was going on before that, though.
But the amulet was there before, because he was here before we were here.
You're beyond delusional.
I'm the one seeing it all clearly.
Looks at the crazy scientist guy.
I mean, if crazy scientist guy tells you that you're going in complete nut job, you should listen.
When the pot
Just
calls
trust
the
me.
kettle
Trust me.
black, you know something's up. Well, let's just find the other temple just in case.
Well, we have to go to
Don't-
Turkey for that. That's the next closest.
Well, there's also could be one here.
I mean, going back to how was it the book that we read about these temples? Like, wasn't there only like the four? I thought.
Kind. Well, no, that just said the 4 locations. It could be there should have been also one here. You know,
But this
it was just
that is
their way.
what became.
Well, we didn't find this one here in this temple, did we? You know? Listen, either we wait until that thing comes back, or we could find another one and go to the other place. Like,
All right. If you, I mean, I'm open to suggestions on how you think we could find it.
I mean, how high up are we? Altitude wise, like, do we have like a relatively high view of the city or something?
Well, depends. If you're in the temple, yes. If it went down to where the balls are, no. You will be on the ground.
Yeah, let's go back to the top of the temple, see if there's anything similar in the distance.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, other than these creatures flying around everywhere and playing the flute, that's it. Now, the more you see, you just see dead people everywhere around the town.
If we have any idea besides walk straight back into town?
The
I mean,
creatures
I don't wanna-
actually slowly start disappearing as the activity on the town also seems to slow down. You just start seeing that really nobody else is moving right now. It's almost like everybody's just dead.
Kind of. They must have tuckered themselves out.
That's it.
Yeah,
They're
Maya,
just going to sleep.
Maya, I honestly don't think it's a good thing for you to ever try messing with that ever again.
I messed with it before.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. You. I mean,
Yes,
it was when you were
yeah.
saying you blacked out, but yeah, you're the one that made them all visible to us. But they were already there, so it's not like you didn't like create
You just
them.
made
They
it worse.
Well, yeah.
I just opened your eyes. That's all.
That's
Yeah,
also
that's not
true.
a good. That's not a good thing.
Mm.
Just because you did something doesn't mean it's good.
Well, you guys, I told you they were there.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of on my side with this. I mean, that was actually probably a good thing. I mean, we might need this, but
don't use ancient evil artifacts. Like,
look at
Yeah,
Maya.
it's one of basic rules of science. You don't mess with things you don't understand. Wait
but
until I
how do you?
dismantle and reassemble it a few times.
I still don't know what you mean by dismantle. Like, isn't this thing? Look at it. It's just a coin. What are you going to dismantle? It's a solid thing. It doesn't open up or nothing.
Simple.
just
First, I'm going to perform a basic visual analysis to determine if there are multiple types of metal. Then I'm going to use sharp implements to start separating the pieces of metal that can be separated easily. Then I'm going to look them under microscope, check conductivity, with the reaction to acid, and similar substances. Then I'm going to smelt the metal to see its reaction to different thermal environments before I attempt to remake it.
I am definitely rooting for your character to survive.
Yeah, I don't.
despite
Like-
everything you said, I trust you the most with it because I know you won't do it right away.
Do you think there's a sandwich shop down there?
Are you hungry, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm real hungry, man.
Let's go find a
Uh,
sandwich for your shop for you.
I mean,
All right?
I got a cooking kit and 15-hour candles. I don't know what you could do with that, but
Let's go find a sandwich shop. Come on.
You're still doing that voice. I don't like that
Ev-
voice.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
everyone.
just I'm very tired despite having a nap, all right, Tommy. I'm just Maya's making me stressed. This situation's making me stressed. It's just a lot. I'm sorry.
Well, since the town's not crazy, well, if you guys go looking for a sandwich shop, maybe Maya, Edward, and I can go to a library and see what we can find out.
I like that
Maybe
idea.
there's something, another temple of some sort, or anything about this amulet.
You know what?
We're all
Yeah,
heading down there.
yes.
Okay, we're all heading into town.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
going back
seems
to
that
town,
way.
you notice that by the time you get to town, all these flying creatures have left. They seem to be heading east, just floating, heading
If
east.
they're going that way, we follow.
Well, no,
They're
they're
headed to
going
Turkey.
too fast for you to be able to follow them.
Yeah, well, we see the direction they're going, aren't they?
Yep, they're going east. That's why, if you look at your map that you got during the first session, you would realize that these creatures are currently going to possibly the next place in Bulgari. Let's pick a place that I can pronounce. Maybe. Well, no, actually, let's say Romania. That way I can pronounce that. Let's say that they're going to
Romania.
Bucharest. That's the next place
Bucharest.
in the in the in the map where the temples are in the world. And then the last one, you do know that it is in Dhaka, Budapest.
Is it Budapest or Bangladesh?
So yeah, I mean, it could be going anywhere, but they're going still east. Who wants to roll again? Intelligence.
Not me.
Tommy, for 4 more points. Come on, you got this.
I'm rolling it.
No!
And
I'm
Oh,
fluffing
wait, that's
it.
Arlie and not me.
Tommy, you.
All right. So a thought gets in your head, getting you to think about the fact that who knows what happens to every single town or everywhere where those flying creatures go to. Anything can be happening. Maybe everybody's affected like that, or they just continue their travel to whatever they're going. Who knows? The question is, what are you gonna do about it? What is the plan right now? I mean, obviously, let's describe the situation a little bit. So you got a whole town worth of people that lays dead under your feet. A creature that seems to be taking over people and causing them to do things just for its own fun. An army of floating calamar looking good looking creatures that play a flute that cause people to go under a spell and fight each other and kill themselves. And in the temple, apparently, the device that goes from one place to another was activated. So chances are that your two best friends are possibly hidden somewhere else.
Well, we have, what was it, 4 hours until we have to call that thing back if we did want to go back. So why don't we
We
try to
have,
go to the library and figure something out,
yeah.
see if we can find any more information.
Um,
And then if not, we can just recall that ball or the track thing.
Very well.
Yeah.
You want us to go to a library in a country whose language we don't know and read books in the language we don't know while knowing nothing that we're about what we're trying to find. Sure.
I mean, you don't know that they don't have any other languages in
They
the
were
library.
speaking English before.
So,
All right. You guys get to the library. As you can assume, everyone is dead in the library. As Arlian put it over here, obviously most books are going to be in Portuguese. However, there's nothing to say that you're not gonna find something in English. Maybe you're that lucky. So go ahead and give me a library use and hard.
I was thinking about using it as a way to find local maps and extreme. Damn.
Very good. So, jeez, you guys are just bragging now. What happened with Tommy? Tommy, come on. You can't keep
Tommy's at the
skipping.
sandwich shop.
You
All
can't
right.
keep skipping the rolls, Tommy.
he's whipping himself up a deli sandwich.
No,
All
Tommy
right.
can skip all he wants. He's fine. You don't have to force him.
Tommy's like, hey man, I just
Looking at
go
the book
down here
backwards.
searching for things. So, all right.
Tommy's both the most fun and the worst character to play.
This is what's gonna happen next session when Alien's next character is coming up. The one I put away on the notes over there. So, okay. Iona. Iona, you find a book. You find that it's
This isn't
gonna
what I
have,
wanted.
go ahead and roll 1d3, Iona. It's gonna have that. Go ahead and roll 1d6. It's gonna
Oh,
take you
goody.
3
An
weeks.
item that I.
3 weeks to learn it, and
And
I'm
this will
assuming that
end
you.
within a week.
I'm assuming that you're gonna eye the
Did I
book a little bit, or are you gonna read the book? Are you gonna start reading the book? What do you do?
I mean, no, wasn't what I was looking for. I was like looking for areas of like unexplained temples or something like that.
Well, that's what you found so far. Now, Edward.
did they find something or did they?
Edward, on the other hand, you find a children's comic book. This comic book seems to be called The History of God. And in the comic book, you see how God is supposed to be sleeping in the center of the universe. It just seems to be sleeping. And then God has got its servant, that is Nyarlathotep, that he seems to play around in order to do mischievous things to appease the god, trying to get humans to harm themselves and to also do things to revere um, the god. And the book is in the notebook speaks about how there are temples in Earth, that there are 4 temples in total, and where certain different things can be found to summon Nyarlathotep in physical form. It gives you the locations. It also speaks about the extremely powerful amulets that are all over Egypt that can be used in order to possibly fight Nyarlathotep, or to possibly aid into bringing other deities to help him. That's it.
He's gonna go through the comic. Just gonna pass it along. Here, if someone is bored.
I'm bored.
Take the comic describing where we can find the lost temples.
Oh, that's
What is
handy.
the
I love
purpose
comics.
of the?
At least
How
you
many
found
temples are
something
there?
useful.
I really need to be more quiet. Not to be less loud, at least.
The comic also mentions, by the way, the floating things, which are the servants of the gods, and they serve Nyarlathotep, and they pretty much work at his will.
There's only 4 temples.
Yep.
Think about their
You already
locations or
visited
anything.
2.
We didn't find anything else then.
It states that in order to stop Nyarlathotep, that whether A, you have to kill its host, or B, you, in the case that he is being summoned, you have to prevent him from being summoned, or create some sort of device that can unsummon a god.
Did it mention what sort of device? Right. Don't know what I was expecting.
Nothing. As I just toss these aside, you got anything for these temples?
There's only 4.
At the very least.
New York.
Finally, a door opens. The front door of the library. An old man walks in.
Is it the same old man from earlier?
Long white hair, bald head. It only has hair on around the head. Long beard. Raggedy clothes. It looks like it's been living outside. He looks at you and says, "What did you all do?"
didn't do anything.
Survived for now.
How is everybody dead and yet you're here alive? Obviously, you did something. What did you do?
No,
Same
You're
can be
alive,
said
too.
For, yeah, same can be said for you.
Yeah,
We're
but I
just
wasn't
trying
here
to.
with you, and you're already here.
well, how do we know
just
that?
Well, you don't know that, but I do. And that's enough for me.
Well, it's enough for us. You have
Trying to
something?
find-
You need something?
We're just trying to find other ancient temples to stop this.
And he looks at Ayana and says, "Ah, you didn't do nothing, huh? But little Miss Ancient Temples over there, she sounds a little different. Okay.
Because we're
Got it.
trying. There's something else happened back home.
Yeah. An ancient temple type thing happened back home, huh? So you finally we got the truth. You guys caused all this. What can I say?
What are you gonna do about it?
Actually,
Let's.
I am gonna do something about it. I am going to get to the bottom of it. And I'm going to resolve this. Because you know what? Apparently it is up to me to save the world.
Yeah.
What do you like?
Any ideas?
Well, I do have an idea. Little Miss Thing over there mentioned an ancient temple. Where is that ancient
That's your idea.
temple? Maybe I can go find some.
You know what?
Look like you
I
know.
just.
You know, if you can figure it out, please do tell us, because we have no idea.
By the way, you guys have an accent. Where are you guys from?
America, you dickhead.
Oh, America. Hmm. Okay, so friendly always.
He says
And
the
how
fucking
did you get here?
a different temple, but there's only one
Ah.
track.
Different temple, huh? I see. So you know what the temple is then.
Looking for a different one.
So can you tell me where is that temple? Then I can go at least and try to find a way while you're here just I don't know, upset and maybe I don't know, you lady look like you need a good time. You seem cranky.
You know what? Fuck it.
Jesus Christ.
I am done. I am done with this shit.
Not
the
even
fuck
just
out.
gonna punch
Usually-
him?
I'm usually not one to react violently.
And he's just shot
But-
on the chest and he falls back.
You're
He's
also
like-
shooting all those on hard.
And
Oh.
he's just shot on the chest and he falls back. And he's like, "Oh my God, lady, you didn't have to shoot me. You know, I get that you're on your period, but Jesus Christ!"
Man, Ethan.
And he just dies.
Wow, that was.
I
I don't know if that was.
I'm
yeah,
going
I don't
home.
know.
No.
Okay.
Fuck this. I'm going home. I'm tired of this. I'm going to write the damn article, and y'all can figure this out yourself, because this is too much. All right?
Everybody, roll
Not so
power.
fast. Not so fast. You just murdered somebody in front of me.
You
Yeah,
don't
but you're
have
out here
jurisdiction.
Tommy.
Everybody, roll power.
And the last two
I
people
didn't
we
roll
want
on
to fail.
hard. I rolled on hard
Yeah, roll regular.
by accident. Do I re-roll it?
Well, actually, what's your power?
His power is 30,
30.
so we succeeded.
Okay, so you succeeded. So the door of the library opens again, and this time a younger man walks in. A
Who are
25
you
year old,
now?
a guy on his 20s. It's like, Uncle, are you here? Have you guys seen my uncle? He just came here. I could have sworn he opened the door. I've been chasing him. We're trying to leave town.
Iona.
And then he looks around and he sees the old guy on the floor, shot to death, like many different bullets on the chest. And he looks at you and he's like, why?
Behind it. You don't know that. You don't have any proof, all right? Yeah, how come you were here? Huh? How come you're here? I'm trying to fast talk him, by the way. Yeah? Like, how do you know we could trust you after everyone was fighting each other, mutilating you,
He
and
was trying
whatnot?
to find a way to resolve this.
You're gaslighting him to make him think
It's like,
Basically, yes.
Gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
like I think I don't know what's going on with you, lady. So are you on your time of the month?
Yeah, it's like a family thing. So. God damn.
You know, I'm asking because I know that my wife gets like that sometimes. But I mean, she never killed anybody.
I would quit while you're behind, man. You're not a good time. Bad time.
Okay.
Do you know if there's any weird temples in the area by chance?
Well, I am a little bit more concerned about what happened to my uncle.
He was spouting off nonsense about actually starting things once we questioned him.
And
Should we just go back to the temple, guys?
and what? What happened after he said all the nonsense that you're talking about?
I felt threatened and decided to shoot him. It seemed weird, especially with how everyone outside was killing each other. And with those things in the air, you know, who knows what would have happened if he kept going.
And he looks at his uncle, and he says, "You felt threatened about my uncle that is in his 70s?
You never
All
know.
the way over here by the door."
Yeah,
about
well,
the deranged old man that by some miracle survived in a town full of monsters and started showing similar behavior to people that we encountered who could do significantly worse than just make us feel uncomfortable.
So because somebody says something to you, you have the right to shoot him. Is that what you're saying?
And because they have knowledge about things that people should not have and keep blaming us for things
I see.
that we didn't do without wanting to listen.
Okay.
And we are sick and tired of being blamed for the shit we did not do because someone has an ego.
And
Go
he takes
and
a
believe
shot
they're
to
entitled.
hold on. He takes a shot to Ayana and to you as you're talking with his shotgun. So both of you roll dodge if you want to.
that's dead.
Come on.
He puts his shotgun down and he starts reloading. He's
What's
like,
the
"Look,
distance?
you'll stay quiet over there. I don't necessarily have anything against you, but
I'm
you
gonna
don't want to
shoot him.
die too."
At what distance is he shooting at
And
us?
then he gets shot on the head and drops dead on the ground. Boom.
Keeper,
What?
at what distance was he shooting at us?
I want to say probably 10 feet. Not more than that. Maybe even less. Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to say anywhere between 6 to 10 feet, if that. Small library. But anyway,
That means that he started drawing a gun at us at point blank, which would mean that we would have been capable of reacting. Well, even noticing that he is drawing a gun, he would have been able to just go, "Hey, I'm gonna catch you at point blank." We would have seen the gun. We would have opened fire early.
well, you didn't
God
have the
damn it!
opportunity of,
It's
of
3
dodging.
meters.
He pulled the gun out as you were talking. And that's why you dodge. You had your opportunity to dodge. You cannot dodge and shoot at the same time.
To be
No, no,
fair
no,
though,
no.
I would
No, no,
I would have
no.
probably shot him
You
a long time
said
ago if I knew he
he
had a
pulled a
gun.
shotgun.
Okay, let's replay
That he
this real
pulled
quick.
a shotgun.
Hold on.
Where was he hiding it? Sorry. He pulled out the Enfield rifle. Where was he
He had the
hiding it? How
shotgun on
didn't
his
we notice
back.
that he had a gun?
He had his
You never
shotgun on his
mentioned that he
back.
had a gun, which was important.
He had his shotgun on the back. So he was like hanging on his back. Now go ahead.
Because if we
Since
saw
he
a
is
gun,
definitely
I
shooting.
would have been first to shoot.
Okay, hold on. Since he is shooting, red.
I'm sorry,
so
but you already
said that
killed us.
You took the shot, so you did kill him. So
You neglected the
and
information,
anybody
and now
else
you
that
lost.
wants a chance to
My
shoot
character
him
died.
while he has his gun out. Actually, let's do this. Iona, take 3 shots, which is what you would have shot if you see him with his shotgun up. Okay.
And this like playing with DMs and keepers who tend to railroad everything.
Hold on. Arlian, go ahead and, if you're going to shoot, go ahead and shoot.
Details are
Go ahead and shoot.
in games that are theater of mind. Details are most important fucking thing to pay attention to.
Go ahead and shoot.
Just a second, my internet is bugging again.
Okay. Well, in that way, I'm going to take my roll with this guy. So, give me a moment. Where is Dodge? Okay. All right. Whoa. Okay. So never mind. He doesn't get to kill you because he fumbled. So now that the guy is dead and the his uncle is dead, what is next? What do you guys want to do?
You guys are horrible. You just killed those 2 men.
Keep in mind that obviously I am bringing more people to shoot you and do stuff because every so many minutes that we just sit around conversing, something else gotta happen. So yeah.
Well, either which way, we're just kind of killing time anyways because we have to wait for the temple to finish its ride so we can call back the thing. I mean, we can go back to the temple and wait. I mean, I don't know. We can fly to Turkey. I mean, I got enough money. We can all fly to Turkey and try and meet him there, or go to Budapest or whatever. But
might as well. I wasn't able to find anything except these stupid books as I toss them away.
Okay. So you found the books. You found the spell. Or at least Arlian found the spell. One of you found the comic book that pretty much gave you some similar information to what the map gave you that you found in the U.S. Some of the explanation. Um, and based on what you've seen so far, you can confirm pretty much, especially with Maya's interaction, that that this thing takes over. So, do you guys have a plan?
Just go back to the States because there's I I don't I don't think there's any. We initially came here as a way to figure out if there's a temple here to go to the next place, so we don't have to worry about, so we can beat them to the punch. But if all we got was just that, we might as well go back to the States.
Do we know for sure that the track doesn't continue? Because then when we left Buffalo, didn't it like slide down? Like,
I don't know.
was it for sure only going back to the States?
Now, if you know, here's a free tip. If you want, you can always go back and check.
We're going back regardless.
Yeah, regardless, we're going back.
Can I try to find? Can I try to do the spell again to find that one guy's amulet?
Sure. Go ahead.
Nope.
How's your power so low?
She started out with low power.
Oh, okay. All right. So, you guys went out of the library. You figured out that pretty much you got two options. Whether A, you try to figure it out to get to Budapest, or B, you are, Maya. I'm sorry, not Maya. Iana or Ayana is voting to go back to the U.S. So, which one is it?
I mean, I'm cool with going to Budapest. I just don't know how the heck to get there. Like, I'm in a completely foreign town and everyone's dead. Like, I don't know why I wouldn't know where to go.
We're in a foreign country with no currency.
And we don't need currency if everyone's dead.
There's that.
Yeah, but I mean, I can try and fly a plane, but I could also kill us all. If there's an airport, I'm assuming there's an airport in Lisbon.
I'm sure there's an airport in Lisbon.
We could try to fly to Budapest.
Just don't know at this point.
How about you guys vote?
Well, my vote's on going to Budapest because we need to try to beat him to get the stuff instead of. And it would take 4 hours waiting for that thing to get back, and then 4 hours for it to get back to us, and then another 4 hours to get back to where we were.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got one vote. Dan, what do you vote for?
I'll go with Maya.
Okay, Tommy?
I'd have to fly the plane.
I want to not go to the U.S. was it Budapest? Around it?
Okay.
I'm
Arlen?
fine with it regardless.
Arlen?
So I'm sorry. I said so. Our options are going to Budapest after the dangerous opponent without any smart preparation, or wasting time and going to back to US, giving them advantage so we can make some preparation.
I think you got it quite right.
You guys do know that You guys do know that this is the reason why we lose so many characters.
Well,
Yeah,
I brought it.
let's-
I brought everything I needed on this adventure. So
I'm trying, but it feels like we're always on a time constraint no matter what we do.
Well, you know, to be
Yeah,
to
it's
be honest,
called railroading.
to be honest. All right, hold on. We're gonna